give more add-on to these NPS issues?
Thank you, media friends. Myself, I am Abizonianu, the president of the Nagaland National Pension System Government Service Employees Forum. In short, we are known as NNPS GHSS. We, the government employees serving under the government of Nagaland, appointed after 1st January 2010. We are all covered under NPS. And government employees under the government of Nagaland, appointed before 1st January 2010, are covered under the old pension scheme. We have initiated and formed this Nagaland National Pension System Government Employees Forum with a motive, with an objective to appeal the government to scrap NPS and restore OPS. We have initiated this movement to appeal that we have been deprived of equal rights, equal benefits, and social security of the government employees of Nagaland. In the old pension scheme, it is defined as pension benefits because the employees does not contribute any fund towards the pension fund, but they receive 50% of their last drawn salary as a pension salary. But we, the NPS employees, every month 10% of our salary is deducted towards the pension fund. But the NPS have not fixed any percentage or any amount towards our pension salary. So this NPS is a market-linked pension, which means our pension is going to be affected with the fluctuation of the market. And this does not give any assured or guaranteed pension. So we are appealing the state government, we are requesting the state government to restore back the old pension scheme. Today, the All India State Governments Employees Federation is strongly appealing the central government to scrap NPS and restore OPS and to bring back all the subscriber of EPS to defined benefit pension, that is the OPS. Likewise, I on behalf of the Nagaland NPS Forum, we also appeal and request our dear government to kindly consider and restore back the old pension scheme for the welfare and benefit of the employees and citizens of Nagaland. Thank you.
So, as decided in the NEC meeting, that is what we call National Executive Committee on the All Indian State Government Employees Federation. In the meeting, it was decided that every state will have a dharna for this one-day national strike. There should be a media coverage. There should be proper mitigations of these charter demands to all the employees nationwide. And then it was been directed that each and every state has to submit the memorandum or the charters of demands to the state government through the chief secretary, respective chief secretary. And it was also decided that if there be any issues relevant or related to concerned states, the state concerned can add up to these 11, other than these 11 charter of demands, to the concerned state government. So here in Nagaland context, we have added 2 more demands to the state government for considerations and implementations. That is, improve all impaneled district hospitals under CMHIS with better infrastructures and better health facilities. That has been placed. And the last, the induction of IS into the state, Nagaland state cadre. So that has been taken up by the core committee, consists of the CANSSEA, the FANSSA, the NMAXSSA, NSSA. But even today, we reiterate the demand and place and add this as one of point of charter of demands to the state government for consideration on this day, the 9th of July, the national strike called by all Indian State Government Employees Federations. Issue, the protest or the protest is a continuous process unless until the government listen to our demands, we are going to keep the ball rolling till the goal is achieved. So even for the MPS, there is no timeline that at that point of time the protest will discontinue, will end up. But as at the national level, even at the all Indian state government employees federations, they will keep the agitation on till the goal is achieved. So with the, at the nationwide, at the central level, the CANSSEA along with the sister associations for the welfare of the state employees, we will keep the protest on till the government rollbacks the UPS to OPS.
Submitting this. Yeah. So, you submit this, but what is it? Or as you have to do it as per the directive from the All India.
Okay, that wearing a black ribbon, that is a state issue.
Okay.
So that is covering under fifth charter of demands. So we request, or we have placed our representation that the state government should implement in total the eligibility criteria for induction or selection to the IASGEF of Nagaland, as per the vacancy circular by the PNAR dated 10 March 2025. So representation has been submitted already. It's already twice we have already submitted, and then the coordination committee has already decided that we will reiterate our protest till the government roll back to the earlier circular dated 10 March. That is inclusive of all the 4 eligibility criteria, including the criteria where only the officers from MPSC can apply for. That inclusion of that 4 criteria, the core committee is demanding on that. So, with regard to that badge wearing, that is mostly connected to that 5th charter of demands. That is in induction criteria for IS especially. So, we have placed our representation if the state government is in action to the demands or the wishes of the core committee. The first phase of protest or agitation will be wearing a black badge by every employees concerning to. At first phase, it will be within state capital of Nagaland, that is Kohima, offices in Kohima. That will be the first protest. And then if things doesn't materialize, the further course of action or agitation, that will be decided by the core committee, comprising of the CANSSEA and all 3 sister associations. And then we are also trying to rope in other sister associations which are not coming in within the core committee. We will ask a request letter to them to keep the support and participations in that wearing of black badge and other further course of agitations in near future. Thank you.
Add one more thing. The IAS regulations are statutory rules, okay? But state governments have the power to strengthen statutory rules, whether it is an act of parliament, whether it is an act of the central government or anything, they can strengthen. There is a judgment of the Supreme Court which has ruled in favor that it is Ashok Kumar Agarwal versus Union of India 2013. You can Google and check. In the recruitment process, it is not that we follow DITO that has been subscribed by the central government. If there are ways and means to strengthen those rules by supplementing it, then the state government can very well do it. In fact, they have done it by inserting the the NPSC clause. It was inserted even in the year 2020, and there was no problem then. Suddenly they are having a problem now, we do not know why. And we believe that it has, and we want to believe that there is no ulterior motive behind it. But still, it has left a highway open for any Tom, Dick and Harry to jump into it. That's all.
In regard to this picture of demands, as our colleague has already shared in details, but we just simply submitting the memorandum or representation doesn't end there. But there are still steps to carry forward if the government is in action to the demands of the core committee. So there, in the coordination committee, we have decided that if the government is in action to our demands to take up the first circular vacancy by the FPNR dated 10 March, then the CANSSEA along with the Federation other sister associations, and then we are also asking a letter to the other sister association who are not yet affiliated to this core committee to jointly go for different form of protest, maybe a form of agitation, maybe slowly we'll keep up the momentum. So as of now, we are going to submit a reminder letter to the government of Nagaland to look into or to consider the demands by the core committee. But if that is not being taken up, then the CANSSEA along with the core committee, as said, we are going to have a protest rally to show our resignation to the government in action to the demands. So the first protest has been decided in the core committee. We will go for wearing a black ribbons just to express our resignation. That will be the first step. And the next course of action will be decided later with the decision or with the steps taken by the government of Nagaland. The momentum will keep flow. So it's not end up there. And then at the same time, coming to the queries asked for how long the NPS will wait. The specific waiting period is not there, but as you have said, the All Indian State Government Employees Federation will keep on rolling the agitations, and then the CANSSEA along with all the sister associations will also follow the ball rolling till our target or till our demands is achieved at the central as well as in the state of Nagaland. So that's what I want to say.
Any more queries?
Service after 1st of January 2010, there was no option. If you have to join government service, you have to take it. So upon joining, it has been realized that there is a certain section of employees who without contribution are going to have a secure future, timely pension. And then those appointed after 1st of January 2010, they realized their pension is not secure. As per the Act, everything is to be deposited. And then it is market-based. There is no issue. Now what is happening is, employees die after 2-3 years of service or even 5 years of service. Family pensions, they are not receiving. What we have heard is, some people are getting 3,000, 4,000 per month. How do you expect a family to survive with 3,000 to 4,000 rupees? Whereas in the old system, there was the family pension system. When an employee died, even after 1 year of service, regular service, then the family is secured. Like he said, it is a welfare state. When we are putting all our duties, our effort into serving the government, it is the duty of the government to also look into the welfare of the employees, right? So, just to answer your question, employees have no say after 1st of January 2010. We are forced to pay. Anything else?
NPSC employees, the amount that has been deducted from their account does not reflect that to NPSC account. So how the Federation is taking measure of this? So far, how many report statistics has been reported?
Actually, well, we do not have members from the treasuries and accounts. Actually, they would be the right person in there.
According to the data that we received from the treasuries last financial year, there are 1,028 employees, NPS employees, whose account is still nil. And we have recently visited the treasuries and accounts, and we have also meet them and highlighted to restore back and to deposit the money in the timely. And also, according to the data that we received last financial year, the treasuries and accounts have informed us that an amount of rupees around approximately 200 plus amount is still deficit, yet to be uploaded in our NPS system. That is what we were informed.
200 crore.
200 crores. 200 crores. The amount is still missing.
PFRDA Act, the All India State Government Employees Federation is seized of the matter and have been fighting that the central government scraps this PFRDA Act. Now, 8 states in India have rolled back into the old pension system. Whereas, for Nagaland, though we have been fighting, requesting the government, still the government is yet to take a call. The problem here is we also understand that our state is a welfare state, and therefore we are requesting that the government takes a call that it gives benefits to the employees. At present, there are around 35,000 NPS subscribers. So every year it is growing. Every year it is growing. And if it doesn't roll back into the old pension system, then the future of the employees are very bleak. Here, the All India Government State Employees Association Federation have called for scrapping this PFRDA Act because they know that there is no future. There is no future for the employees. And this is the #1 demand for the last 3 years. And until and unless the government rolls back this one, the state, All India State Government Employees Federation will leave no stone unturned, and therefore, along with the Central Federation, the CANSSEA being an affiliated member, along with the sister associations, we are also fighting that this NPS is rolled back into OPS. And we are requesting again the government that they should take a call. They should take a call for the future of the employees in Nagaland. Thank you. Taking this opportunity, we would like to thank the media friends. Media friends are our legs, our hands, and our minds. We would like to say thank you on behalf of the CANSSEA and the sister associations. And we would like to appeal to the government in regards to the service delivery system of the Chief Minister's Health Insurance Scheme. CMHIS is a very, very good scheme given by the government, and would like to say thank you to the government for giving us cashless treatment for all the employees as well as the pensioners. But of late, for around 6 months, it is very sad to say that most of the empaneled hospitals are declining the card, the CMHIS card. The CMHIS card have been declined by most of the hospitals in Nagaland. And therefore, today, through this platform, we would like to request the government that cashless treatment should go very nicely right up to all the districts in the state of Nagaland. It should be cashless as well as ensure service delivery to the remotest corners of Nagaland. And we would like to appeal to the government that we, the employees, being the highest numbers of the CMHIS, would like to strongly appeal that not just in words, but in deed, that the government have to give us the service delivery system. Ensure that very good services are given to the patients. Here, it is not just getting outside treatment of the state, but we would like to appeal to the government, because 95% and above of the employees, the CMHIS card holders, are treated in Nagaland. And therefore, infrastructure and medical facility giving service delivery to the CMHIS card holders have to be improved by any means. And this is our appeal, that the government will surely ensure that better service delivery system to the CMHIS card holders are ensured. Thank you.
I am from the Nagaland Secretariat Service. In the beginning, I interjected when you guys were talking about the NPS. I did not have the time to actually greet you people. So, good morning. Thank you to all the leaders here from the different organizations, fellow officers, and as well as the media brothers and sisters who are here. We thank your presence here and for highlighting our issues. One issue which is here is that point number 5, induction into the IAS. This has been reflected in the newspapers also, I think, a couple of times. You may be aware, you may not be aware. But our state government has 3 posts reserved for the non-SCS. Non-SCS meaning non-state civil service, for induction into the IAS. This is a selection process where officers from other services, apart from the NCS, the NPS, the Nagaland Forest Service, and the judicial services, can apply for induction into the IAS service. Okay. Now coming to the genealogy, I would like to say this. One vacancy circular was issued on the 10th of March this year. This was as a result of retirement of one incumbent IAS officer. Now what happened was the government had issued the vacancy circular inviting applications and candidates. Now it was very surprising that they had given a time limit of 15 days, including the date from the date of publication, issue of notification. After all the applications had been received by the government, that is the PNR department, one day after the deadline, the government decided to withdraw the vacancy circular. And I would like to read out something. The eligibility criteria for induction into the IAS is such. He should belong to the state government of Nagaland. He should have outstanding merit and ability. That is criteria number 1. He should hold a gazetted post in a substantive capacity 2. And he should have completed not less than 8 years of continuous service in the rank of deputy collector. As well as, the most important criteria was only officers who were recruited through the Nagaland Public Service Commission can apply for induction into the IAS. That was the initial eligibility criteria. But one day after the deadline, on the 25th, the government decided to withdraw the vacancy circular for reasons best known to them. And we have a core committee specifically for dealing with certain issues, a core committee of 4 associations, sister associations. We had written to the government asking why this vacancy circular was withdrawn. Initially they did not reply, and a cabinet meeting was held on the 27th. Okay. And the cabinet decided to re-advertise the post as per guidelines and notifications of the Government of India. That is the IAS Regulation of 1954, IAS Regulation of 1997. Now the IAS regulations are very simple. It spells out the first 3 criteria only. That he should be of outstanding merit, should hold a substantive post, and should have been in the post of deputy collector for 8 years. It does not say anything about NPAC or the state civil services. And I'm sure the UPAC is not going to spell out every single thing that is there. But it is understood that people who come through properly recruited means through the public service commissions are to be encouraged into the IAS. However, when the cabinet decided to remove, in effect, when the cabinet decided to go as per the Government of India regulation, it means that the most important criteria of NPAC automatically got deleted. Okay? So what does that mean? It means that now it is open for anybody. People who were appointed into service irregularly without going through the mandated recruitment process like the NPAC or any other examination, they were given the door. In fact, the government paved the highway for any Tom, Dick and Harry, irrespective of the nature of entry into service, to aspire to enter into a service which is one of the most prestigious services in the country. And it is a policy-making post. I do not want to say that this is a conspiracy, because we believe that the government is there to do good for the people. It wants to promote merit, transparency, meritocracy. That is what we feel. And we have been writing again and again. In fact, we have written 2 times to the government to actually restore the first vacancy circular where the NPAC clause is there, so that people who come through the right process of recruitment, only they should be given the chance to, aspire and be selected into the IAS. Because at the end of the day, they are going to hold responsible government positions, they will be making policies. I don't want to cast aspersions, but what can we expect from people who come through illegal means into service? They may be regularized, but merit begins from the day you enter service through a competitive exam. Otherwise, what is the point of having a UPAC exam for entry into IAS? UPAC would not be conducting exams, they are selecting the best of the best from across the country. And I'm sure such a thing does not exist in other states because their governments, I have not come across a certain instance where, governments have been pushing and promoting illegally or irregularly appointed officers into the IAS. Of course, we have precedents also, but precedents doesn't mean it has to be followed year after year. We have to improve. If we have to go by precedents, that means we were headhunters, proud headhunters at one point of time. We should be headhunting now. We should be legal. But that is not the point. We have to improve as per the modern times that we are living in. Now every student who is studying to be an officer, they are studying hard because it is through merit only. So my appeal to the government is that, in fact, not my appeal, the appeal of the core committee as well as the four associations is that it must have been a misguided, honest mistake on the part of the government. They must have been misguided, who knows, whereby a loophole has been left. And maybe they do not realize, or maybe they have realized. But we appeal to the government key to restore the vacancy circular as it was issued on the 10th of March 2025 by not removing the clause of NPAC so as to, give credibility to the post of IAS. We do not care whoever occupies the post as long as he or she is initially appointed through the public service commissions or through a properly conducted examination. That is all I have to say. If any questions, we will take.